With the release of the 30th anniversary, Bungie made a lot of changes to the PvP sandbox. Most notably, the biggest change was how super regeneration works in the Crucible, taking some of the best supers and moving them down the food chain. Now with that in mind, you might be wondering, what is the best Hunter super for PvP? Well, you're in luck. Today I'll be showing you the best super for the Hunter for PvP, but not only that, I'll be showing you how to optimize it to where you can get 2 to 3 supers a game. All I ask is that if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to click that subscribe button for more Destiny 2 content. But with that out of the way, let's get into the video. In previous seasons, you could have asked any player what the best Hunter super is for PvP, and you would have gotten a straight answer.
Easy. Spectral Blades.
The reason for that answer was because all supers had similar regeneration speeds, and Spectral Blades was one of the longest and deadliest supers in PvP. But with the release of the 30th anniversary, Bungie changed all super regeneration speeds, thus making supers less frequent in PvP. Before the release of the 30th anniversary, in a normal PvP match, players would be getting their super within the first 5 minutes, and players would easily get 2, maybe 3 supers a match. But after the release of the 30th anniversary, players are only getting 1 super a game, with a slight possibility of getting a second by the end of the match, thus making supers less frequent in PvP. Now you might be scratching your head as to why this is happening. Well, Bungie decided to put each subclass into 5 tiers, with Weller ratings being at tier 5, having the fastest super regeneration in the game, and Spectral Blades being in a tier 1, having the slowest super regeneration speed in game, thus changing how supers function in PvP. Now I'd love to explain Bungie's new system to you, but number 1, that's not the purpose of today's video. And number 2, my buddy Castle made a great video explaining the new system, and you can find his video link down below. But in the new sandbox, these are the following Hunter Subclass super regeneration rates at a tier 6 intellect. As you can tell, Spectral Blades got hit really hard when it comes to regeneration rate. And to be frank, after using this subclass for several days, I can honestly say that it's not worth using. You can really feel the increase in super regeneration time. If you're not actively slaying out in PvP, you might not fully charge your super until 7 to 8 minutes into the match. But don't just base everything off of super regeneration rate alone. You might be thinking that the best Hunter super is gonna be either Blade Barrage or Night Stalker, but you're wrong. It's actually Wave the Current. For starters, Wave the Current sits in a tier 3, with a charge time of 7 minutes and 10 seconds at a tier 6 intellect. It sits in middle of the pack compared to other Hunter supers. But this is where we're going to be breaking down this super, and I'm going to show you how to optimize it for PvP. What really makes Wave the Current top tier is pairing it alongside Raiju's Harness. Alright, don't worry all my Stompy and Dragon Shadow users, you're not going to have to take it off, just stand by. This is where we see the first broken aspect of this subclass. For those who are unaware, Raiju's Harness is an exotic chest piece with the exotic perk Mobius Conduit, which allows you to deactivate Whirlwind Guard early, and guarding does not consume extra super energy. With this exotic on, you now have the ability to cancel your super at any time, thus allowing you to conserve some super energy. Let's not forget one of the best perks of utilizing Wave the Current is its ability to deflect other attacks, such as bullets, abilities, and even supers. The only drawback to deflecting is you're going to be consuming a lot of super energy, thus lowering the amount of time you have in your super. But this is easily negated by Raiju's Harness. This exotic allows you to guard without consuming extra super energy. Alright, so you're probably thinking, man, Raiju's Harness is good and all, but I don't want to take off Stompies and Dragon Shadow. Well, you don't need to wear Raiju's Harness the entire time. This is what makes this subclass broken. You can simply change to Raiju's Harness right before you activate your super. Prior to activating your super, you put on Raiju's Harness, you utilize your super, and once you cancel your super and conserve super energy, you swap back over to either Dragon Shadow or your Stompies or any other exotic. Alright, what if I told you that was just the basics out of the way? There's still more to unravel from this. What if I told you that there was a hidden secret within Raiju's Harness? If you're wearing Raiju's Harness and you die in your super, you can retain about 50% of your super. That's right, you retain 50% of your super energy when you respawn back into the game if you die in super. So let's put that together. So not only does Raiju's harness allow you to cancel your super at any time, but if you die in your super, you retain some of your super energy. Tell me, if you activate Spectral Blades and this happens to you, that's it. Your super's gone. You spawn back in, you didn't get any kills, and you didn't help your team at all. But as Wave the Current, you get what I call a do-over. If you die in your super while utilizing Wave the Current and have Raiju's harness on, you get a do-over. You at least get 50% of that super energy back. But that's still not it. For starters, each time you activate your super and you secure kills, you will be generating orbs for your teammates, thus allowing your teammates to reach their super much quicker. Keep in mind that if you do deactivate your super, depending on when you deactivate it, you can easily retain about 50% of it, making it easier to reach your next super much quicker. But this doesn't even factor in that if you generate orbs for your teammates and they use their super and generate orbs, since you retain about 50%, if you consume those orbs they generated, you're gonna get your super back extremely fast. That alone makes this a game changer for modes like Trials of Osiris and competitive. Aside from it being one of the most broken supers in the game at the moment, this subclass has one of the most impressive tool belts. With the perk Tempest Strike, which you unleash an uppercut attack, you can punish any shotgun rusher. But not only that, the perk Whirlwind Guard really puts a nail in the coffin. Having the ability to reflect majority of the enemy's supers back at them can come in handy in any game mode, especially in competitive and Trials of Osiris. But how does it all play out in PvP? From swapping to Raiju's harness and then swapping back? Well, in regular PvP, it was really fun. I was getting a lot of supers. There were games where I was able to get my third and almost my fourth super. But not only that, whenever I die, I was shocked to see how much super energy I had left over. But where this subclass really shined was going to be Trials of Osiris and competitive. Being able to cancel my super on demand and have it come back before the final round was a game changer. It allowed me to secure some easy wins. And as I mentioned earlier, the amount of orbs you're giving to your teammates really made this subclass a great asset to have on the team. Overall, I'm not going to be surprised if I see this subclass more often in PvP. By pairing Raiju's harness along with the orb generation and orb consumption, you can really abuse Bungie's new super regeneration system. Like, I really think this is probably going to get nerfed or reworked in some way. You have a subclass that falls into the A tier category, but by pairing it with Raiju's harness, it easily moves its way up into the S tier category. If you've never used this subclass, or maybe you have and you've never paired it alongside Raiju's harness, I 100% recommend it. You give it a shot, you try it out. I can guarantee you that you're going to be seeing more Wave the Current hunters in PvP. But with that, if you enjoyed today's video and you'd like to see more Destiny 2 content from me, feel free to click that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on all notifications. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. You guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next video.